Hey there, gorgeous. So I'm really happy to be introducing this next guest to you. We have talked about fashion on the show before. We've talked about confidence, and we know that there are so many things that get in the way of women showing up confidently online. And, makeup, having the right makeup, having their hair look good, having the right clothes on. It's not just women, it's everybody. We all know that we live in a very visual world. And when we're confident about how we look, that can increase how you consistently show up in your brand and in your business. And so I never wanted to ignore this reality for so many people, which is why we have kind of brought on some guests to really go through some of those things, limiting beliefs and confidence, and then even talk about the external, the dress and losing weight or feeling good in your body or accepting your weight as you are. And so this guest specifically is talking about skincare. And I think that that's important because you can, cover up your skin with a lot of makeup and still feel fabulous. But I think most women and even men want to learn like how to have really good skin, not just for showing up confidently, but just to feel good in their own body. So Dr. Stacey Shillington, she is a naturopathic doctor. She's coming on the show today to talk to us about skincare. So if this is your jam or if this is something that you need, you're going to want to buckle up and listen in. Thanks for joining the show today.
Welcome to the She Heals the World talk show with Dr. S, the place to hear stories of heart-driven women creatively living free. Our episodes highlight conversations and insights that support the values of self-care, creative and personal freedom, slower living, happiness, health, and wellness, to help you live your absolute best life. To be a part of the movement and join the conversation, step inside our free Facebook group, She Heals the World, and say hello. It brings me great joy to bring you our next episode.
Today, I am so excited to have Dr. Stacey Shillington joining us. She is going to talk to us today all about skincare. So Stacey, welcome to the show, and please tell us how you got started in this work.
Thank you so much for your welcome, and I'm so excited to be with you, Dr. S. When I was in my late 20s, my skin blew up in acne, and this happened when I stopped the birth control pill. And, I stopped the birth control pill because I didn't want to be on any medication. I wanted my body to function naturally. And when I went off the birth control pill and my face exploded, I couldn't find anybody to help me heal my skin. I saw my doctors and they either wanted me to go on Accutane or go back on the birth control pill. And I did not want to go down that route. I wanted to heal my skin naturally and I could not find the support that I needed. So one day, somebody suggested that I went to visit a naturopathic doctor, and that was actually the biggest aha moment in my life. Now, I wasn't able to clear my skin immediately, but the naturopathic doctor introduced me to an entirely new health paradigm, and that is healing your body from the inside out in order to heal your skin. And I was so taken with this that I actually went back to school to become a naturopathic doctor. I learned how to heal my own skin from the inside out, and I've made it my mission to help other women do the same.
What has been one of your greatest wins in your practice so far?
Every time I have a patient who gets their skin cleared naturally and in the same process just kind of up levels their entire health, that's a win for me. That is what keeps me going. And that is honestly what my career is all about.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for you to give us the goods and give us these tips on how to truly heal your skin and really heal your body from the inside. Because once your skin is in good order, I'm quite sure you start to lose some weight and feel more youthful and have more energy. And so this really is what I love about your work, is that it's such a holistic approach to wellness and well-being. And so I'm just going to turn it over to you. I'm going to take some notes. Please share with us and let us know, what do we need to do to heal our skin from the inside out?
Oh, okay. I love sharing this information. This is, what it's all about. And really, when I work with my patients and, when I start healing somebody's skin from the inside out, I start at the very foundation of their health. So, there's pillars that kind of define our health, and that's right where I go to. And the bottom line is reducing inflammation in the body. When we reduce inflammation in the body, we're healing the gut, we're detoxifying properly, we're nourishing the body properly. And so that is what gives you the skin that you want. So I'm going to give you my top 5 tips for doing that.
Yeah.
The first tip is to eat an anti-inflammatory diet. And this is a diet where there's lots of fruits and vegetables. In fact, 60% of your diet is fruits and vegetables. And you want to err more on the side of vegetables than fruits. And for many people that have skin issues, whether it's acne, whether it's eczema, whether it's psoriasis, often there's some food sensitivities going on, and gluten and dairy and sugar are the 3 top culprits that are going to cause that sensitivity. So usually when I'm seeing somebody with an acute skin disorder, I will get them to remove those 3 food categories from their diet: the gluten, the dairy, and the sugar. And that, combined with an increased amount of fruits and veggies, that often just brings the inflammation right down. So the second tip is to balance your blood sugar and your insulin levels. And, blood sugar and insulin, when they're elevated, when they're not stable, this is going to lead to inflammation in the body. It's also going to lead to high androgen levels, and that can lead to a lot of acne. So basically what this means is you want to eat regular meals. So you don't want to skip meals. You also do not want to have a lot of sugar or sweets in the meal, and you always want to include a protein or a fat as part of the meal.
So with the sugar part, so
Mhm.
juicing is really big now, and green smoothies are really big. And so I wonder, what's your take on that? Do you count that as sugar? Because technically it's vegetables and it's fruit, but I hear, and I don't know the stats on this, but I hear that it really just reduces the fruit or the vegetables down to sugar. What's your opinion on that part?
So I do not advocate juicing at all, just because the sugar content is so high, and it tends to be the type of sugar that's called fructose. And fructose will create insulin resistance
Yeah.
if taken in large quantities. And in juice, you get high quantities of fructose. Smoothies are better, and they're better because usually the fruit or the vegetables are blended whole. So there's still a lot of fiber
Mm.
in a smoothie, and that's going to slow down. It's going to reduce the insulin spike that you get from drinking it. So, yeah.
Okay. So ladies, listen up. Smoothies over juicing per
Yes.
Shillington. Okay.
So, tip number 3 is that we want to support the detoxification process in the body. As you know, we are exposed to so many toxins out there, and we need to support the liver in order to make sure these toxins are released from the body. And, there's naturopathic medicine has so many great ways to help your body detoxify. One of my very favorite ways, which is super simple, is in the morning when you wake up, before you have anything else to eat, you want to squeeze half a lemon into a cup of warm water and drink that on an empty stomach. And the reason you want to do this is the lemon juice is going to stimulate bile production in your liver, and that's going to help remove toxins from your body. It's also going to stimulate a bowel movement. So you're just getting things moving and detoxifying. So moving on to tip number 4, and this is super, super relevant, especially if you have eczema, especially if you have psoriasis or any type of dermatitis. You want to heal the gut. When I was in naturopathic school, that's the one connection that was, reiterated over and over again. The gut and the skin are a reflection of each other. So the number one thing is to take a look and see if you have any food sensitivities. Often you can do a food sensitivity test, like an IgG blood test, or you can do an elimination diet to find out what sensitivities you may have. An elimination diet will definitely give you the most accurate results. And then based on, your individual situation, you might want to think about taking probiotics. You may need to take some antimicrobials, and glutamine is also a really great supplement to help heal the gut. And of course, if your gut needs healing, right? Because you're going to have, your basic digestive symptoms like gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, abdominal pain. And if, that's something that you experience and your skin is not well, that's a really important thing to look at.
Stacey, how long did it take for you to heal your skin with some of these? And I know you have another one for us, but these are just golden. And I'm just wondering for you, because I think from what you were saying, coming off of the birth control pill, once you learned exactly what you had to do to clear things up, what was your process like?
My process was long because so much of this stuff I had to learn by trial and error. There was not a lot of research out there. I mean, at the time, we didn't even know that PCOS was, related to inflammation and insulin, dysregulation. So I really experimented a lot. I think, I was in naturopathic school for 4 years. I learned a lot in those 4 years, but I would say it took me another 3 years after graduating and working with patients on an ongoing basis to really understand, what was going on and the different patterns that were contributing to, skin disorders. Now, I really suggest that people follow my protocol for 3 months. Yeah. And, I say 3 months because that's the amount of time it takes to really balance the hormones. Okay. And so after the 3 months, your gut should be healed, your hormones should be balanced, you should be feeling great, your skin's looking really good. Then, we can start to reintroduce different foods and see how you feel, once you've introduced each food. And, you'll know right away what foods your body can tolerate and what foods your body cannot tolerate.
Love it. Love it. Okay, so what is your last? These tips are awesome. What is your last tip?
Okay, so my last tip is, this is such a big one. And I think sometimes we don't give it the respect that it needs, but we need to manage our stress levels. I mean, especially with acne, when there's heightened levels of chronic cortisol, there's 3 different biochemical pathways that trigger acne. 3. So stress is huge when it comes to skin conditions. And, learning to manage stress, it's easier said than done. But it's a really, really important skill to learn and to put in practice. And, the one thing that I've been saying to my patients lately, in regards to this, is there's really 4 things that you need to put on your calendar and that you need to do in order to really manage stress. Number 1 is you need to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. You need to get your sleep. Number 2, you need to have 3 meals a day. You can't skip meals because that will just mess up your blood sugar levels. And number 3, you need to meditate. I know we've been hearing so much about meditation, and it really is becoming a non-negotiable. I mean, the research that is coming out, the benefits that meditation gives us, we have to put it in our schedules. And number 4, exercise. Need to exercise, and research is saying we don't need to exercise a lot, but 2 to 4 hours a week, is what we should be looking at. But yeah, managing stress is so key in healing any skin disorder.
Wow. Wow. Stacey, this has been absolutely life-changing. For those women who want to go further and whether they want to get some of your recipes or, sign up for your program, where can they find you and how can they get more advice and support?
Well, you can check out my website, www.naturopathicbeauty.com. Everything's there. And I'm also pretty active on Instagram. And my Instagram handle is Naturopathic Beauty. That's where I tend to, give a lot of my tips. I'm on there every day. And I also have lots of videos on YouTube as well, where I share tons of tips. So those are the best ways to connect with me. I also have a 7-week clear skin program. It's helped hundreds of women clear their skin. It gives all my tips and it gives you a solid blueprint as to what you need to do to get that beautiful clear skin and improve your health at the same time.
Love it. If you could give your 10-year younger self any piece of advice, what would it be?
It would be to ask for help. I think when I was younger, I really tried to do everything on my own. And, I think asking for help and, building a support system is one of the best things you can do for yourself.
Love it. Dr. Stacy Shillington, thank you so much for coming on the show today, and I can't wait to have you back.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Well, there you have it. Thanks so much for listening to the show today, and as always, for more resources as you continue to live out your beautiful mission of healing the world and grow your beautiful business, you can head to www.shehealstheworld.com/freebie to see what new resources I have in store for you. Thanks for listening. Tell a friend, and I can't wait to see you at the next episode.